All right, I'm Don Fisher with Geek Nation, and Andrew, how are you doing?
I'm doing today. I'm doing okay. We'll see. Tomorrow, the next day. It's a roller coaster over here.
So you operate as writer and executive producer, correct?
Yes, I'm the writer and executive producer of the show. So I wrote came up with the idea and wrote the first script and a bunch of the other scripts and kind of oversee everything from the beginning to the end.
So you have a lot of material to draw from, but you can also, with episodes, you can, world build more and go into more detail. How deep are you trying to go, really?
I think it's interesting because it feels like we explore some parts of the lore in a pretty developed way, but at the same time, there's 30 years of this stuff. You know what I mean? So even by the end of season one, it really feels like we're still at the tip of the iceberg, and that's exciting because there's a lot more stuff to kind of dive into. If hopefully, fingers crossed, we're able to tell more of our story.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I definitely foresee it being a long series if that's something you're trying to do. But what initially drew you to the project or to doing this whole round in the first place?
For me, Resident Evil was a formative experience. Playing the games as a kid was really my introduction to the horror genre. You know what I mean? Like I was more invested in those from a storytelling point of view than I was necessarily in movies. Do you know what I mean? One came before the other. And then the movies, the Resident Evil movies, I think they actually are underrated because they're the first movies that kind of took, and now every show does it. Every movie does it. Every Marvel movie does it, where they take multiple genres and kind of shuffle them together. But the Resident Evil movies were really some of the first movies to do that, where they took horror and science fiction and action and kind of just shoveled it together and weren't afraid to go a little crazy. And I think that's the fun of the Resident Evil is you can go a little crazy.
Yeah, this season really balanced story, action, and horror. And if there is a season two, which one of those aspects are you going to lean more towards with a developed story?
We always try to lean more towards horror. Obviously, we got big crazy stuff, but we always try to start it from a place of terror. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? Because that's personal. You know what I mean? A person alone in a dark hallway, even if what's chasing them is a 40-foot spider, you're still with them in that dark hallway. You know what I mean? Versus someone that's a lone figure against, an alien invasion. It's big, but it's not intimate. And I think that intimacy is what draws the audience in and allows them to kind of have the experience with the character.
Well, yeah, like I love the season. I was hooked. And I can't wait to see more. I hope the fans love as much as I did. And I appreciate your time. So, everyone, please check out Resident Evil streaming on Netflix July 14th. And hopefully we'll talk again sometime.
I hope so. Thank you, man.
Thank you.